Welcome back to Tokyo Fresh. I'm your host Jordan. I'm here with David.
Hello. Well, you're not here with me. You're in spirit, physically. No.
I'm here with David in spirit
Yes.
this week. Yeah, today I had to do a little bit of a remote episode. Don't worry, I don't have COVID. I've still never got COVID. I will never get. Oh, tap on wood. I will never get COVID. Tap on wood.
I hope that it's working here and that everyone can hear you okay. Just because like you're gonna be mixed in with all of my desktop audio, and man, it looks
Oh
like
my God, yeah.
I have like 0 frames on my camera. This looks fucking bad. I don't know why that would be. I guess it's because it's I'm using it in 2 different programs at the same time, so it's just eating all my fucking bandwidth or something.
I think the problem is like whenever I'm doing like streaming and stuff or like messing with like what you call like if I'm a guest on someone else's podcast, they're always like, oh, let's do it remotely, blah blah blah, and I'm always like, that's fine, the setup is easy, yada yada yada. But then I'm always like, I'm using a MacBook Pro from like the Edo period, so I'm always worried like, what if my MacBook Pro just like shits the bed halfway through the the fucking the stream.
Well, I mean, like it can't be that bad. I'm sure it's fine. Like it's not that old, right? Like it still
No, no,
works.
no. It's like a 2000 and fuck, I've no idea. 2000 something like iPad. It's not awful, it's not terrible, but there are times like I'll be editing, I'll be watching something, I'll be doing something that takes a lot of like bandwidth, and the computer it'll go, I'm gonna shit the bed, I'm gonna shit the bed, and
And
it'll like
it just
freeze or
hangs for a bit.
dude,
Yeah.
the worst is I'll be in Starbucks because I like editing videos in Starbucks. Yeah, so I'm in Starbucks. I'm editing video. This happened a couple weeks ago when I was editing the rice one. No, the one about Tochigi and them fucking up the international tourism proposals. So I'm in Starbucks. I'm editing this video. It's been about 2 hours, and I'm like, I've not saved the video once.
Right. That's probably
So I'm just
not good.
yeah. I'm hammering along. I'm making some crazy edits, and then Discord has not Discord. DaVinci has only ever shut down on me twice in my entire time using it. Only twice.
Yeah.
It's a rock solid program. I'm using the free version, not sponsored, but my God, it's a good program. So I'm editing away. I'm doing some crazy edits, and DaVinci goes, I'm watching something back, and DaVinci goes, uh, uh, uh. My entire computer freezes. DaVinci freezes. A fucking Opera freezes. Everything's frozen, and I'm sitting there like, oh no. I'm like verbally going, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, because
I'm
it's like
sure
2
it's
hours
fine.
of work.
DaVinci probably has like an autosave feature, doesn't it?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, it wasn't terrible. Yeah. But
Yeah.
funny enough, like it like kind of like choked a little bit, and then it went, nah, we're good, and then just ran smoothly after. Bro,
I have a fucking aneurysm anytime we record this podcast because the second you hit stop, because the file size is huge, because we talked for like an hour and a
It's
half, right? So
massive.
it's an hour and a half worth of audio, which like I don't know how people do like 5-hour fucking videos on like YouTube. They must like break it into like hour chunks, render that hour, and then and then like stitch those 5 pieces together and just hit render, and you're like, okay, it's fine. All it has to do is stitch them together. But anytime
we're done. Yeah,
on
easily.
Audition that I hit stop on the record, it hitches for like 2 to 3 seconds, and I'm like, oh, it's gonna crash. It's gonna fucking crash. There it goes, all of it.
That's it. I've lost everything. Everything's everything's gone.
Everything's dead.
Basically. Fuck, dude. That's why like I've got into the habit of like constantly saving as I go because I'm really worried about my entire thing like shitting the bed and like just blowing up basically. But luckily, you know, it's not happened yet. Speaking of blowing up, dude, I got a week ago now. I don't know if I mentioned it before, but like a week ago, company gave me like free ice cream. And they were just
weird.
they were just
I'm also getting free ice cream.
wait, who's giving you free ice cream?
My mother-in-law just like the other day sent my wife a message, and it's like, hey, I just sent 30 like ice cream bars to your house just randomly, and I'm like,
Jeez.
I don't have space in my freezer for 30 ice cream bars. What the fuck?
Same.
Yeah.
Dude, the guy was like, it was like a really nice PR. I love this PR agency. It's called Tank PR. Great. Honestly, to this day, one of the best PR agencies I've worked with. They work with like smaller streamers and creators, and I assume because they really like working with me anyway. But then they messaged me and he's like, hey, bro, you want some ice cream? And I'm like, listen, it's summer. there's no way in
Yes.
fucking hell I'm saying no to free ice cream. Yeah, send that shit. And he's like, okay, the video is basically like, we want like you to make like a short video and then a long form video. And he's like, can you put the long form video on your YouTube channel? And I'm like, short form, yes, easy, can do. Long form, no. I was like, I don't know what a long form video on my YouTube channel of
Of
me eating
ice
ice cream
cream.
is gonna look like. Like, what the fuck am I talking about, dude? I
It's,
was like,
it's,
wow.
it's like a 20-minute video of just ice cream eating ASMR. Like,
This
yeah,
nigga,
I agree. Like, what are you really gonna do for a long
yeah,
form video about ice cream? I guess it could be like one of those
yeah,
like, let's try every flavor type things, but
yeah.
like,
I mean, you'd need a shit ton if that. If I was gonna do like a I,
yeah,
on yeah 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 yeah
you
yeah.
need a
If I was
lot.
gonna do like I would need like 50 flavors. It'd have to be like I try every single flavor of ice cream from this one company,
Hmm.
and then I just like try.
Now I'm like
But
radioactive. Holy.
oh, there we go. But I would hate that. I don't want to do that.
Right.
So I'm talking to this guy, and I'm like, hey, dude. I was like, listen, I can do two short form videos, 100%
Hmm.
guaranteed. I was like, I'll do one on. It'll be the same video. I'll publish it on my Instagram. I'll publish it on my YouTube, and we'll call that like a day.
Hmm.
And because this guy is a babe, listen, this is how you know this guy's a fucking professional, and this is why I will always work with this man. Because when he sent me the information, I'm like, okay, cool. He wants like a free, uh, some kind of a free promotion.
Sure.
I send you ice cream, you make me video. I'm like, yeah, cool, easy.
Fair. Yeah,
He goes to
that's fine.
me,
Yeah.
yeah, fair. He goes, all right, how much money do you want?
How much you got?
Bro, how much you got? Nah, he was like, how much would this cost? And I was like, bro, for you and all your company does for me, free. Free. Don't worry about it. You're sending me like a shit ton of ice cream,
Hmm.
and I can't guarantee this is gonna go gangbusters or this is gonna like do crazy numbers because I've not posted that much on my Instagram as of recently.
Hmm.
And same with like YouTube. I'm doing more long form than short form content. So I'm like, I can't promise you big numbers. I can promise you people will see the video for
I
sure.
can promise you it gets posted.
I can promise to get posted. I can promise you I'll repost it. I can promise you you'll get engagement. There'll be interactions. I'll make it in a way that's entertaining and like engaging. But because I can't promise you massive turnover,
Hmm.
I'm not gonna like charge for this video. Because sometimes I can promise turnover. Like the Kyushu trip, I was like, you're gonna get turnover. I
Hmm.
guarantee it. I'm gonna charge because I guarantee the turnover's gonna be crazy. Trip ended, turnover crazy. They were like, great turnover. Come back again next year. We'd love to have you. And I was like, thank you, because I know what's gonna be good in turnover. I know it's not. And I'm like, ice cream, not so much. But I want the but I want the ice cream.
I mean, yeah,
I,
come
wa-
on.
I want it. I want the ice cream.
Not
So I
gonna
was like, I
say
had it free.
no.
Dude, pistachio flavor ice cream sandwich.
What ice cream? Okay, I was gonna ask you what type of ice cream are we talking about? We're talking like cups. Are we
This
talking like bars?
both both.
Okay.
I got 4 cups, 2 ice cream sandwiches. The ice cream sandwich is as big as my hand.
Damn, that's large.
That's a lot, bro.
I
I
I want
mm.
more monaka like stuff.
Oh
I love
yes.
monaka, but it's always just like here's chocolate or vanilla, and I'm like, but I
Yeah.
want more.
I want like a strawberry, like a peach monaka, you know what I'm saying?
Give
Like
me
a
like
good
give me like a
Oof.
fucking mint chocolate chip.
Oh,
You're already putting
dude.
chocolate in it anyway.
Just put mint in there,
Just
dude.
put mint in there. That'd be
Fuck. Wait,
fantastic.
for those that don't know, explain what a monaka is. Oh,
Okay,
it's so
so
good,
like
dude.
monaka is kind of like an ice cream sandwich, but
But
it's
better.
like completely encased in
Mm,
the like okay, imagine if you took like a slab, like a 3D square rectangle of ice cream and then
yeah.
completely surrounded it with ice cream cone.
Fuck me,
That's
dude.
exactly
But it's
what
like
it is.
it's the nice like fluffy rice cake ice cream
Yeah.
cone thing as
But
well.
then also
Ah,
typically
dude.
inside, like on the in between either the ice cream and
The
the
cone.
shell or
Mm,
straight down the middle is like usually like chocolate or like something like crunchy like a
mm.
wafer,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
not a wafer but like actual like it'd be like melted chocolate that's been like refrozen, right? So
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
on there. But yeah,
Do you
it's
know? Do
fucking
you know?
perfect.
Do you know the brand Dandy
Yes.
that has the giant monakas?
Mhm.
You seen those?
Mhm.
If you come to Japan, and it's summertime, there's a brand called Dandy, like literally spelled as you DNDY, and they sell like these massive rectangle like monakas, and they
Oh
are
my
they are
god.
so. If you have children, buy one. because they're like separated into like weird like breakable bars. Just break that bitch in half. You have enough ice cream for two people. It is they're so big that sometimes I'll buy one and I'll start eating it and I'm like, man, it's a lot of ice cream. Like fuck,
Yeah,
dude, it's a
hang
lot
on.
of
Let me
ice
see if
cream,
I can
dude.
find
Shit.
a picture here. I hope that our our cameras went out because I clicked out of Discord.
You're good.
Yeah, that's gonna
You're
happen, Dan, just because of the way that Discord is working with the
fine.
things.
Y'all
So, well, I mean, one of us
y'all
are.
are.
Let me just give me a second. We're gonna go to black screen here for a second. Ooh, this one looks good. This is like a special one. Don't take me to Instagram. I don't want to.
Fuck Da Vinci, RAM hoarding malware. Dan does not like Da Vinci.
That's fair. That's fair. I get it.
No, I get it. I'm kind of a fan of Da Vinci. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what it is, but of all the free programs I've used to edit, I just found Da Vinci to be the best and also the freest. So it's kind of like the one I'm gonna use until I can afford to buy a better program.
Mm.
And by buy a better program, I don't mean buy Adobe, because Adobe's a massive scam. You want to scam Adobe? That's a that's a fucking scam, dude. Jesus. Did you find it?
Yeah, I did. Hang on. Let me just zip over to where it be.
So
Look at
I'm
that.
heavy.
Look at that.
Oh, dude,
Oh
fuck
man,
me. Dude, fuck
that
me.
thing's fucking great.
Pirate life. Yo ho yo. Oh, dude, I actually would kill for a dandy right now, dude. Oh, they've got a white chocolate flavor now this year, dude. It looks amazing.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Hang on.
fuck, dude, dandy's so good. Yo
There's so
ho
many.
yo ho. That one. Down. Go down.
This one.
Oh, down a little more. Down a little more.
There's
That one.
white chocolate vanilla.
Hell yeah, dude. Look at
Oh,
that
there's
one.
even like a friendly chocolate Monaco. What does that mean?
That's what I was looking for. The friendly chocolate Monica, dude. Hell yeah. Fucking friendly as shit,
They
dude.
do have a strawberry one.
They do.
Yeah, look at that.
I think I tried that last year, a couple years ago when it came out. It's one that has like the dark chocolate inside of it, like a strawberry ice cream or something.
Look
It
at
is.
that. Oh,
Oh, dude, I'm gonna get ice cream today, dude. I need
they
to.
got like a Neapolitan one with like chocolate.
That looks amazing. Bullshit. That's AI generated, dude. That can't be real. That's too creative. It's too fucking sick.
Could be.
Fuck me, dude. We had it's like the ice cream I've got is like sitting in my freezer and I need to make some kind of video today. I might like after this podcast like throw my shit on my desk on my floor, make like all the hard cuts so I can at least start eating the ice cream. It's just sitting in my freezer uneaten and I'm like, dude, I want at least like a taste of this fucking
Yeah,
ice cream.
Chiro brought have you ever had 501 ice cream?
501 ice cream?
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm trying to think. What's 50
I think
501?
it's 501.
I'm googling it. A 501 ice cream in Japan. It is I don't think I have.
Maybe it's
What
not
is-
501. What the 505? It's like a
505,
number.
502,
I
505 ice cream.
let me see if I can find it. What the hell is it called? Maybe I should just go pull one out of my freezer and I can tell you.
What type of ice cream is it? Go
It's
find
like
it for me.
it's like an ice cream bar type ice cream here.
Ooh.
Let me
Quickly
go. Let
go
me
and
just grab one.
Go and pull one out your freezer so I can have a little gander on it. While Dave is looking for ice cream, I'm gonna entertain the chat. Bro, listen, summertime in Japan has got so ridiculously hot. I don't think ice cream is gonna be enough to combat this like insane heat. A couple days ago, I went for a run and it was like I'm trying to remember, it was like 20, 30 something degrees.
It's
I've never seen it. Oh no, that one.
551.
551.
Unfortunately, I
good.
don't know. This is in my freezer, but somehow it's all melted to the one side, and I
Bro,
don't know how that happened. It's in the thing.
It's Japan. Japan is so fucking hot this year. Everything is melting. It's absolutely disgusting. But no, I was saying for chocolate. No, I agree. Like the old wafer is really good. Like super good ice cream. I love frozen fruit, mainly frozen blueberries and grapefruits. Dude, I've been doing that. Yeah, I have a blueberry bush on my balcony, and I've been taking those blueberries, like picking them off when they're ripe, and then putting them in my freezer. than me either eating them frozen or like blending them up into like smoothies with like all the bananas I have in my freezer as well. Like it's a super good combination,
Yeah,
honestly.
I've recently
Especially
got
for
a
the thing.
blender, so I've been doing
Mmm,
similar things as well.
dude, game changer, game changer.
I
Bananas,
always
blueberries,
like
protein,
when I
soy
put
milk, great.
frozen fruit in the blender, I'm always like, this is gonna fucking break. This is gonna fucking break.
I don't. It's basically magic. I don't understand the
Well,
science behind
no,
this.
like, cause like it's frozen fruit, right? Like it's hard.
Oh
It's
yeah,
not like it's and you're just like sticking
but
it in a blender and hitting
oh yeah,
go.
yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, this is
There's enough.
not.
Nah, there's enough like fluids in or whatever to like get it all like mashed up. You'll be okay. It won't
Dan,
explode.
you will notice that me and Jordan are literally not in the same room. He's using a different microphone, and
Is
that's
Jordan's
why.
mic different? Yeah, my mic is different. Sorry, Dan. I'm using the mics we
This is
used to
the
use for the
old mic.
podcast.
Yeah,
These are literally the old mics. Yeah,
so
these are
you
the
can
old
hear the
mics.
difference.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The new mics are way crisper. Forgive me. If I knew I'd be at home this weekend, I would have zooped one of the good mics and brought it home with me.
You wouldn't have been able to use
Closest.
it.
Yeah, I know. Oh, that's right. You need a whole. No,
Yeah, you
I would
need
not have
a.
done that. Oh, hi, Mike. Oh, hi, Mike. Oh, I was saying, um, some of this year in Japan is so bad. A couple of days ago, I went for a run, David. I told you about this when I basically died when I got home. I put it on the
Yeah,
chat.
because it's fucking hot out. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Like, I would have never chanced that. That's asking to die. I think, like,
So
the day that you sent that message, there was, like, a report that, like, 6 people had died of fucking heat
oh yeah,
stroke that day.
6 people died of heat stroke that day when I went. Because what happened was that let me explain my logic behind the run, okay? Because it made sense to me. So it is like 6 o'clock ish, and I'm like, do I go for a run? Do I not go for a run? What's my plan this evening? And I go to my balcony. I'm like, it's pretty hot still. It's pretty humid. But when the sun goes down, heat stops because no more sun. I'm a man working in caveman logic, David. You
Yeah.
know, because in England that's how it is. The sun
Fire go
up,
away, no fire. Okay, yeah.
fire go away, cold. Simple as that,
Yeah.
dude. Big ball in sky disappear. Nighttime. Nighttime equal cold. Because in London, that's the logic. The sun's up, it's warm. Cloud cover sun, it's now 2 degrees. Put your jackets on. London's fucked basically. So I'm thinking to myself, the second the sun goes down, it will slowly get more like it'll get cooler. So it'll be fine. So I was like, cool, easy. That's what I'll do. So I go out for the run. The sun's setting. I'm running. I'm like, it's pretty hot. It's pretty humid. Pretty warm. Should be okay. Sun setting. Sun's going down. I got like ice water. I'm going for a nice little run. I'm half an hour in, and I'm like, I am dying. I'm not sweating. I'm like I'm like drenched. I'm
Swimming.
like I'm swimming in my clothes basically. I'm like, this is disgusting.
Yep.
I checked the map. I'm half an hour from home. I've got to run back. There's another way to get back. I take a sip of my water. This was ice water 30 minutes ago. It is lukewarm. Shit is like it's been slowly boiling. It is lukewarm. I'm like, this is not good. I'm like, what do I do? I need something cold to drink. This is not gonna work. So all I have on me is my phone. I have no coins. So I'm like, it's fine. There'll be a vending machine eventually. I'll like use my fucking
It's
ID.
Japan. Of course there'll be a
It's
vending
Japan.
machine. Yeah, eventually there'll be one. Somewhere.
Somewhere, and there was. Every single one was the fucking 1980s Edo Jidai vending machine that only accepts coins. I'm here with my phone, like, guys, come on. Future boy
Oh, I
needs a
see.
drink. Bro, I was like, I want to walk into a combini and like just buy some water. But you don't understand. I'm dripping with sweat. I cannot walk into if I walked into a convenience store, I would leave a trail of sweat behind me. It would not be good for the people working there. So I'm like, you know what? We're gonna firm it. We're just gonna get home. We're like 15 minutes away.
Man's
We
just
can make
ready
it.
behind the counter with a wet floor sign. Just sees you walking up. He's like, mm-mm.
Dude, fucking Snell boy over here trailing his shit into a company, dude.
Gross.
What the fuck? Absolutely disgusting. It's like I get home, I like run my way home. I walk in, run successfully completed. I strip down. I'm like, all my clothes are disgusting, of course. And I'm thinking to myself, I wonder how bad the weather was that day. I'm thinking, I wonder how terrible the weather. It couldn't have been that bad. I know it was hot. So let me find it. Let me find the exact heat and humidity for that day. It was 37 degrees Celsius. The humidity,
Sounds about right.
68% humidity. bro.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Six. It was the worst day. I will never run again. I'm not running in the summer anymore. All my runs are now inside. It was awful. It was awful,
No,
David. Holy
you're
fucking
asking for
shit.
fucking trouble. Like it's not worth.
So worth it. It's not worth it, honestly. It's not fucking worth it.
Even just
Jesus Christ.
like today is considerably better, like the temperature
Oh
wise.
yeah,
I was like, oh,
yeah.
it's like maybe like 25. I looked, it's still 31,
No, it's terrible. It's 31. It's horrible.
but it's way less worse than it was before.
The problem is because we're like inside most of the time, we think it feels a lot cooler. Like if you remember my house, my living room bedroom's really cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you walk into my kitchen and you
It's hot
understand
as fuck.
that
It's the
it's hot
same
as
here.
yeah.
Like I can make my living room cold, but the room that
Mm.
we usually record in is
So warm.
it'll be cool to
Yeah.
start, but then like you close all the doors because you don't want sound, and it's just like
Yeah.
nope, it's fucking
That's
hot as shit. Like
that's me recording it.
fucking sweating right now.
Oh,
Like,
dude,
it's
yeah.
fucking hot.
Yeah, yeah. Recording a video, same thing. Like, cause I record in this room. I cannot wait to move house. I'm sick of this house now. Like, I love my house, great house. I can't wait to move because the walls are so paper thin.
Mm-hmm.
Sound just leaks through from the outside. So
Mhm.
I'll be sitting down recording, and if anything's going, like if they're like doing construction or building, all that sound leaks in, and it's so bad that I got to turn off my AC. I got to turn everything. I got to turn like everything off. But the problem is, when you do that, the room goes from like 20 degrees to like 30 something degrees in the space of like 5 minutes.
5 minutes, yeah.
So I'm sitting here and I'm like, hey guys, blah blah blah. This thing about Tochigi, yada yada yada. And I'm like, why am I drenched? What am I doing?
Yeah,
Dude?
there's no like Japan has not figured out anything about insulation, so there's literally no heat retention in like any house I've ever been in. So unless you're running your AC 24/7
Constantly.
nonstop,
Constantly.
your room can go from like I usually put mine pretty low because just to
Yeah.
start, like I'll just get the room cold, so I'll drop it down to like 20, which is way too
Nice.
fucking low. But
Oh yeah.
turn
You
it
have
up
to.
after that. But once the room hits 20, if you turn it off, I bet you have maximum like 5 to 6 minutes before it's hot again.
My room does that. So I set it really low before I go to bed, and then I'll go to sleep. And I'll set like a timer on it. I'll be like, okay, turn off in like an hour and a half. And I think to myself, that's enough time that I'll be fast asleep, and I won't wake up. It'll be okay. The amount of times I've woken up at like 4 a.m. just drenched, just dying, just like on fire because I just like the weather is just so dog shitly hot, dude. Fuck. Anyway, dude. David, I was meant to ask, how was your week? How you doing this week, my dude?
Well, I mean, could be better. But we'll say
Swings and roundabouts.
Yeah,
swings and
you know.
roundabouts. Yeah. I know how it feels.
Better than yesterday. I don't know if we're better than yesterday, but just like figuring stuff out. Like next week I go back to work, so that will help my issues, I
Excellent.
think. But
What
other
are you
than
doing
that,
next week?
next week, like most of the week, I don't have anything. On Friday, I have a like orientation course because I need to teach. Okay, this is weird.
Go on,
like
go
the
on.
company I work for, right? They kind of just feel like very like scrappy and freelance, and will like kind of send me to like whatever. And they're like, "Oh, we want to send you to this like English camp or whatever, like this not an English camp, but like an English like a what is it called?
Summer camp?
Not a summer camp, but like an English course, like an intensive English course."
Oh
And
yeah. Okay.
like we're sending you in like a week, we'll give you like a day's notice, and it's just like, okay, cool. And it's like, oh, by the way, you got to teach this. And I was like, all right, sure, why not? But like that seems to happen a lot, but the pay is good, so I don't really care.
Oh, okay, cool.
But
Magic words.
so yeah, I mean, when it's like $30 an hour, I can't really say no.
Ooh, I'll take that.
Yeah, so it's like they're like, oh well, it's like 3 hours a day for 3 days. So I'm just thinking, well, $30 an hour for 9 hours. Yeah, I'm like, okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah, so that's coming up. But I kind of just like don't have really much information for one of them. So I'm just gonna show up and be like, "Hey, I'm here. You didn't tell me anything or notify me about anything, but I'm here, so I'll teach it."
Hey, I've arrived. Can I have my money now?
I mean, it's my company who's paying me. They pay my company pays me.
Oh,
So,
one of those ones. Okay.
um, whether I show up and do what they want or not, I feel like that's more on them for not either notifying the company I work for or notifying me of what they
Mhm.
wanted.
Mhm.
Like, you can't just send me there and be like, "Hey, yeah, we'll teach you on the day," and just expect you know how to do whatever you're doing. It's like, hey, that what you give is what you get at that point, right? Like, I don't know what
You're gonna
you're
get
gonna
that.
expect. Yeah, so
You get that so much with English teaching camps. It's a lot of like last minute bullshit set up.
yeah, it's like, what,
Come
you didn't fucking know
always
this was happening? Like,
they did.
I know, yeah, I know they did, but like my point is like you knew it was happening and you just decided, whatever, like we don't care.
Eh,
I mean, you
I've
look at the state
I've
of
always
English like
bro,
language
exactly.
ability in this country, and then you look at the way stuff is run, and you're like, yeah, it makes sense.
Me and Sean. Was it me and Sean? Was it yeah, it was me and Sean. Me and Sean had this idea, okay, years ago. I think I've mentioned it before. I'm definitely sure. The idea was to set up a company, and the entire goal of the company was to help English teachers who are working in Interact get out of working in Interact to work in any other company, any
Hmm.
other field in Japan. That was like it was gonna be the entire thing. And someone was like, "Oh, like a recruiting service." And we're like, "No, you have to work in Interact when you come to us and be like, help me escape this
Hmm.
deadly company. I want to work anywhere else. And we'll like use our connections to get you other jobs in other industries. And we're like, that's a really good like job to do, like company to set up. But then the more we think about it, I'm like, instead of like opening a company where we save people from this English company, you could make a lot of money just opening a good English teaching company, like a really good one.
Yep. Yeah. Like if you could find people good contracts and like actually get paid for like doing that, and
Yeah.
if you got paid like some kind of like a premium if the company decided, hey, we're gonna keep so and so at whatever
Mm,
job
mm.
after their tenure or whatever, right? Then you get some kind of kickback. Like, yeah, you'd probably make a decent amount of money because I have to imagine that most people who are gonna stay long term want to stay like at a steady job. Like that just makes logical
Yes.
sense. So
Yeah.
putting them in a job that they actually enjoy doing or whatever is
it's it's not hard as well. It
good,
kind of only
right?
takes a little bit of like forward thinking to get most of this stuff set up. When it comes to the like English camp, for example, it just took like what it takes a person to proactively reach out to the school, to the camp, to the school, to the organizer, be like, hey, we got a teacher coming. He needs to know what he's doing.
Right,
Give me the information, and for them to go, if they if they said like, oh, we don't have it yet, you need to have it now
right.
because I think in like middleman company situations, they're playing this game of like you have to someone's gonna end up taking the front of the fuck up.
Yeah,
And it's never the middleman. It's either the English teacher or
yeah.
it's the company running the camp, for example.
Oh no, no,
And
no!
as the
It's gonna be
middleman,
the it's going to be the middleman. Like if it's me in my
exactly,
situation
yeah.
and they're like, well, why
Oh yeah.
didn't you know this? I'm throwing them under the bus
Oh,
all the
100%.
way to China.
All the way to fucking China,
Yeah,
100%. The problem is it's the middleman's job to like put pressure onto the client, the English camp, to be
right.
like, hey, give me the information. But they're like, we
Yeah,
want this
maybe we
contract
could have
next
it.
year.
Yeah, I don't know.
Please,
This seems to
yeah.
be like picking
Stupid.
up more like kind of side gigs, like not side gig. Like that's such a weird way to describe it, but like it's not necessarily like permanent positions. Like the stuff that I've been offered to do hasn't been like, oh, go work for like Toyota as their English like
Hell
in-house
yeah.
English teacher, right? It hasn't been anything like that. But they're like, if we can find something like that for you, that company is going to be willing to pay us more money. So again,
Yeah.
like it behooves us to keep looking for those kind of things and keep you there. And I'm like, cool, like at least someone is out there doing some of the work.
Rather than someone just like sitting in the office twiddling their fucking thumbs, basically.
Right.
Absolute dog shit. Okay, dude. There's one thing I wanted to talk about today before we
Okay.
dive too deeply and run out of time. Have you heard about this thing called? This isn't really Japan related, but I kind of think it could eventually be Japan related. Do you know about
Okay.
this Australian TV? Like it's like the longest running TV series in Australia. It's called Four Corners. Have you heard about this?
No.
Okay, so Four Corners is like, from what I've seen, it's a long running like a since like the 90s or whatever. They've been doing like different sorts of documentaries based on Australia about
Mm.
like the world, and like this is about whatever, and here's something about poor people, and here's about how the rich are fucking around, and here's
Is
about blah
that why
blah
it's
blah.
called Four Corners? Like the four corners of the
Yep,
world? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
of the world. Yeah, 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 yeah. And so oh good, Ground News has an article. Excellent. And so they decided in 2024 that they were going to do a new series.
Okay.
And the episode one was, and I quote, um, DNA Project targets sex tourist fathers on Four Corners.
Oh, okay. No, I have heard about this.
You've
I
got him?
I
Yeah.
specifically saw
Yeah.
that article about like
Bro.
how like DNA testing of like weird sex tourists, like their illegitimate children were able to track them down to like whoever their
Yes.
fucking fathers are to
It's
like
called sex tourism, my father's secret.
yeah,
What the
dude.
fuck?
Oh man.
I'll put it in the fucking chat, dude. Holy fuck! I put it in the Discord as well. I'll put it in the chat
So
in
many
a
kids in
in
Thailand about to get paid, bruh.
bro, paid. It's crazy as well. Like, so I couldn't. I've been trying to watch this for like a week. And do you remember Playground News? Oh, there you go. I've been trying to watch this for like a week now. I'm
Mhm.
like, I want to watch this show, but it's only on whatever news, weird ABC Australia, and I'm like, no, release that shit on the internet. Name and shame these people.
Yep.
This is good content. Holy shit! Like, fuck me, dude. But there's this whole thing where the there's only a few clips that I watched. One was amazing. One was they DNA tested this boy, and they were like, "Oh, your father is one of the richest men in New Zealand." What
Okay.
the fuck? But then, complete like script flip. The guy in New Zealand who was like, "Oh shit, I have a son." Just had no idea that he had a son in
Mm.
like the Philippines or Thailand or whatever, and he was like, "Oh, my bad. Hold on. Let me now support the rest of your life." And now this guy is like, "Yeah, I'm gonna support this guy. I want to support this kid." And I don't know if it's because like if the kid went to him by himself with no like TV backing, it was like, "Hey,
Right.
I'm your son." Would he be
You
giving that same
probably told them
energy?
to fuck off.
Like, this is what I'm thinking.
Guaranteed.
He'd be like, yeah, yeah, fuck off. Like, but I'm your son. Don't give a shit. Fuck off. Richest man in fucking New Zealand. Don't give a shit.
Mm.
But because they have like the backing of like this massive network, like news reporters, like, what are you gonna do? Like, you're gonna be like,
Right. You're
oh,
gonna be
no,
like,
fuck off. Like,
no, stop my kid.
no, of course not, dude.
Because
Especially,
I bet you at that time, right? Like if they showed up to his house and be like, "Hey, this is your son from Thailand or whatever," right? And
yeah,
if he was like, "No, fuck off," and they're like, "Actually, we have like scientific, like 100% factual
yeah,
proof that he is your child," then it'd be
that's
like,
100% your son.
"Ooh,
Ooh,
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 ooh."
ooh. There was one that was not no laughing matter, but it's very fun to watch these people get their just desserts. But there was one where there's a kid and they can't they track down his father, and his father is one of two brothers from Australia,
Mm.
and they tracked them down. They were like, "Hey, brothers, one of you is this kid's father.
Or were they
We
twins?
don't know." I'm not sure. I
Mm.
can't watch. They won't let me watch the
Oh,
fucking
I
show.
see.
But they're like, yeah, they're like, one of you is his father. Would one or both of you like to take a more complex test so we can work out who it is? And both of them were like, nah, 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 nah. We're not doing it. We're not doing it. We're not gonna take this test. And
Scumbags.
so bro, scumbags, scumbags. Because like, if my brother, sorry, my actual brother, sorry, Joe, but if my brother did something like this, and then someone jumped in, they were like, "Yeah, I'm your son from like Thailand or whatever," but we don't know. It's either you or it's your older brother. We can't tell which one it is. Will one of you take this test? I'm like, sign me up.
Right.
I'm
I'm
taking
ready.
this test.
Because
Doc,
either
I'm
way, if
ready.
he's my son, I'm gonna take responsibility, and if he's not my son, then I know for sure it's your
I
ass.
know for sure it's your ass. Like, I'm an upstanding human, dude. Like, if you came to me and you were like, take this, I'm like, yo, take this test, bro. Take my blood. How much do you need, dude? Like, let's go. Let me lie down because I'm gonna pass the fuck out. But yeah, Let's do this. Like, what the fuck? The fact that both brothers were like, uh, no. I'm like,
Yeah,
yo,
that's
yo,
like
yo.
immediately that makes me go, okay, you're both guilty.
You're
Like,
both guilty. You both have illegitimate children somewhere in the country. I
yep.
guarantee it. Ah, dude, what a fucking article. Let me read it a little bit. Oh, it's in the Philippines. My bad. Blah, blah. So it goes. Men from overseas, including Australia and New Zealand, are estimated to have fathered tens of thousands of children to sex workers.
Yeah,
Most of the
not
children have
surprised.
never been acknowledged or been raised and have been raised in poverty. Bro, tens of thousands of children is crazy work. What the fuck?
Dude, like that's like there's so many factors in that statement, right? Like there's a lot to unpack with that statement. It's like one, sex tourism is really messed up. Like
It is. It's fucked.
it's super messed up. Two, what are you doing like with like why are you finishing in a prostitute? I'm just going to say it.
Why are you finishing in a prostitute? What are you doing?
Are you dumb?
Are you dumb? Are you
Well, I guess
stupid?
that's kind of a given question. That's a little bit of a non sequitur, right? Like,
You're dumb, yeah.
Yeah, you must be.
What gets me is that these women, this is their work, you know, sex work. That's their work. It's the profession, be it chosen or otherwise. This is what they're doing. You as the customer who's going, and you're like, do you know what? I'm gonna have sex. I'm gonna buy myself a prostitute. I'm gonna have sex as a prostitute. Two consenting adults.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
In whatever,
Like if
cool,
it's legal
cool.
and whatever, right?
If whatever, I'm not here to judge X, Y, or Z. But as the customer, as a guy going to paying for sex in another country, why would you then make it harder for the woman later down the line? Like, unless you're like infertile or something, and you're like, I definitely can't have kids.
Oh, that would
Or
be
I've, like,
that would
my
be a good twist on
Ooh,
the show.
dude,
It's like actually
dude,
I can't.
actually, I can't have kids. So
Actually,
yeah, like,
I heard about that recently too. That guy that has like he was like a donor or something, and he ended up having like 300, like he was like
wow, bro,
like 3,000 children or something. I'm like, dude, what the?
bro's fucking.
That's
Bro thinks he's Genghis Khan, bro. Fucking hell, that's insane. Why is this in the thing?
yeah, boy.
Oh yeah. The guy with the big number of kids, like 300 or more. Yeah, it's so bad. Yeah, it reminds me of that series on Netflix. Yeah, it was on Netflix. It was a series on Netflix.
Right. Yes.
I also agree with Dan. Why are you unprotected inside of a prostitute? No, go, listen. You rolling the dice with a lot. That's insane.
Listen, okay.
That's
I have to
crazy.
imagine that most of this is boomers.
Oh, it's boomers. It's 100% boomers.
And none of those people got any kind of sex education.
None. Zero. I think they
Zero.
had like a weird Christian-based sex education, which is like pray the STD away or some shit. I don't know, but it wasn't.
Abstinence is good.
It wasn't good.
Don't stick your dick
Abstinence.
in
Abstinence.
Yeah.
Yeah, just don't do it.
it. Yeah.
Uh,
That was about
hey,
all they got, right?
Literally, yeah. Are you feeling turned on? Have you thought about praying? Hail Marys? Don't do it. I've read some really fucked up Reddit stories about kids who have to do abstinence only education. It is probably the most unhealthy.
That must
thing
be
to teach
real
to a kid.
short education. Like, what else can you
Bro,
really say?
literally, that's it. They go sex. Don't do it. And then it's mostly about just like how do you stop yourself from having sex? And it's like, oh, you want to have sex? What about reading a book? What about reading the good book, the Bible? Like that's all it is.
What about reading a book? Just watch when
Reading
you
a
close it.
What about go for a run? Stop thinking about sex. But then I read some stories on Reddit, and one I had to stop reading. I was on the
Yo,
train
God
going
kinda
to work
freaky.
reading his story. Literally, he was like, bro was talking about like jerking off to the Bible and shit, and I was like, yo, this guy, yeah. He was like so pent up, so worked up. He was like, I was jerking off to anything. He's like, I was in church looking up at, there's like, sometimes there's like scantily clad women in church and they're like, oh my God,
I don't know
I'm
what
wearing a
church
robe.
you went to.
They're like, when they're like wearing robes and not scantily clad, they're wearing like robes of like, you can see their arms and shit or whatever, and that's it. Bro was jerking off to
A little
that.
bit of ankle, you know.
Exactly. Bro was Victorian jerking off, dude. He was like
Right.
time period masturbation. I ain't never seen something like that in my entire life, dude. Bro was, bro, Bro was Doctor Who wanking off, bro. That's insane. He, he's got the the theme song playing in the background, just cranking his hog.
Man,
Ridiculous.
when hunger's all you know, even dirt tastes good.
Bro, famished. Jesus Christ, dude. Yeah, fuck me. But this story, I read this story, and I've been trying to watch this video for a
Mm.
while, and I can't find it anywhere. But apparently, it's really fucked up, and
Yeah.
like no, it's fuck. And this show they've made on it, sex tourism, my father's secret. It's only one episode, but the non fuck, what's the word? The non-profit. The non-profit who's like running this thing they're still running it. They've
Yeah.
not stopped because the series is over. They're like, no, we're gonna keep doing this. We've
We're
been
gonna
doing this.
find you.
Oh yeah. They're like, we are going to if if you had sex with a prostitute in the last like 20 years in like the Philippines or something, they're like, we're coming for you. Like you're gonna get caught. You're gonna pay some kind of like alimony or whatever.
Mm.
I think I saw in the comment someone said it should be a crime,
Mm.
and I agree.
I
think it should
mean,
be. It should be a massive crime.
as if you look at it in like under the lens of like if you had a child with someone in because it's in Australia, let's say if you had a child with someone
Yeah.
else in Australia, they could get you for child support. So it's
Yeah,
like
easy.
just because like this is like, oh yeah, you can't buy fireworks in this state, so I just go one state over and it's a-okay, right? Like that's like
Yeah.
kind of what it feels like, right? So it's like, oh, I'll just head on over there and there'll be no problems.
I'll just go one step left and I'll be perfectly okay.
Yeah, exactly, right? Like
Nah, dude. Like,
consequences be damned, right? But like there's the actual human element to it where it's like that's like legitimately another human being, like that's a child. The fact
Yeah.
that you're just so gung-ho to be like, bitch, I don't care, that's the
whatever,
most
dude.
messed up
Yeah.
part, right? Like if you can't take care of the child, don't do the fucking crime.
There's actually a kid I used to teach years ago, bro. Probably the saddest. Oh, dude, probably the saddest story I've ever heard in my entire life. So like, not I'm exaggerating, but it was pretty sad. So I get to this classroom. It's like first grade, junior high school. Yeah,
Mhm.
walk around the classroom, and there's like a couple kids in my class, and a couple of them are like clearly like half Japanese, half something else, you know.
Right.
And then two of them were like half Japanese, half Australian. Super cool kids. Cool, living with their like Australian fathers and Japanese mothers or whatever, and like living their best life, speaking fluent English and fluent Japanese. Just having their good little bilingual life, you know, just vibing it out. Really cool kids.
Mm-hmm.
And I walk around this class and I'm like, oh cool, they've got a bunch of like internationally minded kids in this class. Super super cool.
Right.
And I get to one kid, bro. This kid is white. He has the same complexion as you.
Like he's white.
He's clearly he's white. He's white. He's clearly Japanese. You know, he's got the features. He's clearly Japanese, but he's white. You know what I'm saying? And I get to this kid, and he is fucking tall. He's taller than me. He's so tall, and I'm like, yo, this kid definitely speaks that ego. He's definitely peta as fuck when it comes to that English, because he looks like the whitest kid here. Like it's crazy. So I'm around the classroom. I get to the Australian kids, and I'm like, oh, how are you? Australian kid's like, yeah, I'm good. I'm like, shit. Oh, fuck. All right. I ain't know. Cool. Dabbing on, I'm like, yeah, dude, it's cool, man. How you doing? Blah, blah, blah. Next kid, you know, blah, blah, blah. Get the other Australian kid. I'm like, okay. Sup, man? He's like, oh, sup, man? I'm like, hey, I knew it. Dabbing this kid off. I'm like, I knew you were also an English speaker. Let's fucking go. I get to this white kid, and I'm like, I've never been more certain in my life that this kid speaks English. I get to him, and I'm like, hey, what's up, man? How you doing? How's English? How's everything going? Silence. Kid stares at me like I just told him to shoot his mum. He's baffled. He has no idea what I've just said. And I'm like, how are you? He's still baffled. I'm like, hello, how are you? He's still the Japanese kid next to him has to translate to him like he's asking how you are. And he goes, ah, I'm fine, thank you. And you? I'm like, no, this kid's life, no. I'm like, I'm not gonna pry, but something is fucked up. Something is going on here.
Mm.
Because for a kid to be clearly half something else and just speak zero English, something's fucked. Time moves forward. We're getting to like sports day um in the junior high school,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I meet the mum. And the mom comes up to me, and the mom's like, "Oh my god, are you Jordan Sensei? Yeah, I've heard great things about you." Blah blah blah. She hands me a note. I'm like, "Hmm." She's like, "Oh, this is a note from the boy's father." I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "I can't read it. It's in English."
Oh
My
man,
son,
what the fuck?
bro, I can't read it. It's in English. My son can't read it. We don't know who can read this, and we don't have anyone to read this and translate this to us, and we don't want to just give it to one of the English teachers. It's like a
Right.
personal note. Could you read this and translate the note to me? And I'll jot it down in Japanese on my phone so we know what it says. I'm like, oh, I don't want to do this
I
because
wouldn't either.
this is in the middle of the field in sports day, and she's just like handing me this note, like, hey, translate this. And I'm like, cool, okay, yeah. David, the most depressing fucking thing it was basically
I
this
assume you have
guy,
to
like,
remember what it said.
oh, bro, yes, because it cut me to my core. It was basically this father writing a note to the son being like, hey, um, sorry I'm not in your life and I'm like in America now. I'll probably never be back in Japan, but one day if you're in America, let me know and we should like hang out and like grab something. Tell your mother, that I'd always support her in spirit, and if you need me, you can reach out. But the entire note is like it's basically saying like goodbye forever, you'll never see me again in note form.
Man, what the fuck?
Bro, what a cunt. What a fucking scumbag of a human. Holy shit. So I'm reading this note and I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? So I'm translating to I'm like, it basically says this, and she's like, oh, cool. So we can like reach out, and I'm like, yeah. The
Yeah.
the new
Maybe.
the nuance is like leave me alone, basically. But like he's saying reach out, but the nuance is like go away, you know?
Honestly, Dan,
Fuck.
you're fucking right. That is somehow worse than nothing.
It's way worse than just do
Because
nothing,
nothing at
honestly.
least you know, like,
Fuck.
oh, maybe, something like crazy happened or like whatever, but like just straight up telling you, like, yeah, fuck, I didn't want you. I went back to America, eat shit.
Yeah,
Like,
eat shit and die, so I was busy, blah blah, see you later, yada yada yada. Like
yeah,
what a
dude, what the
fuck me,
fuck?
dude.
That's way worse.
Ah, dude. We just do times go just please. Hold on. Sorry, I'm also currently working while I go do this. Give me a second. Ugh, what time would the longer version? Ugh, absolute dog shit. Yeah, it's actually sorry.
Sorry, we disappeared.
Sorry, give me a hot second. But the reason we're doing a remote thing is because I'm currently like working today as well. Like it's not fun at all.
I should bring up maybe we'll move to a lighter note. I can bring up.
Yeah, go on.
Did you hear about the stuff with the cats recently
The
from
cats?
Japan?
What happened?
Oh man.
Tell me.
Hang on. I gotta figure out how I can pull this up and still have Discord maximized, which is weird. Let me see if I can do that somehow. Hey, there we go. That works. I just can't maximize any other window. Here we go. Cat lovers rejoice as new medicine will extend cat lifespan to 30 years.
No fucking way.
Yes.
30 years?
So this is thanks to
go.
Dr. Toru Miyazaki and his research team in Japan. He invented a vaccine that lowers the risk of suffering from a stroke or heart attack and kidney failure in cats, which is typically what kills them at about 15 years old. And he's done like I guess like he's run experiments, but it looks like he succeeded, and it could potentially double a cat's lifespan.
Holy fucking shit! Was this only in Japan?
The research was done in Japan. Um,
Gee, dude, what the
But yeah,
fuck?
so it comes in the form of an AIM injection. It's a medication that has demonstrated an astounding potential to help cats suffering from chronic kidney disease. The scientist and his team have pinpointed the root cause of the treacherous ailment, which paved the way for the development of the injection. But how long are we going to have to wait for AIM injections? Currently, they are in clinical trial phases, and they are anticipated to be available by 2025. That's
So we're gonna get
soon.
invincible cats.
Well, they're not
Bro.
invincible. They'll die, but they're going to live like double the lifespan.
Nah, that's kind of fucking sick. I hope they. I wonder if they're gonna live double the lifespan, but also be like as energetic as they were. 'Cause I know like
a good
old
question.
cats when they, yeah, because when cats get old, they get pretty lethargic.
But that
You know
might
what I
be
mean?
because of the kidney issues.
Good point. Yeah. Oh, that would be fuck. Oh, dude, that would be so good. Holy shit. Oh, see, and this is why we live in Japan. Japan's doing the research that matters. Like, make cats live longer. None of this. Oh, same fucking vein. I think modern medicine has gone way too far. I think humans are living way too long. Way too long, David. It's like 90 something years. David, look at politics right now. Look at all the boomers hoarding the wealth,
Yep.
David. They're too old. They don't know what's going on.
And the best thing is that he specifically said that he wants to make this affordable to everyone. It's not going to be like at $1 million thing. I don't know exactly how it works. Like if this is like, you got to keep paying for it to like keep it off. But like, you know,
You gotta keep upping the ante. Yeah.
Right.
You gotta keep doping the cats.
but
Hopefully
apparently it
America
works.
doesn't get their hands on this.
What?
Hopefully America doesn't get their hands on it, 'cause that'd be terrible.
Yeah, well, it's
So you were
invented
saying
in
the one?
Japan, Dan. So you know, like I don't know if America, maybe they would. It's not covered under Medicare. Your cat's not on Medicare,
Sorry. You don't have special pet Medicare?
right? But so basically, the interesting thing too about this was like, not only was it effective on cats who were like not showing any symptoms, it was also effective on cats who were also chronically like already being
No
affected by
way.
it, and they saw improvement.
Seriously?
So whatever it
Holy
is
shit.
clearly works.
Oh, wow. So it's like a prevention and a cure, basically.
Kind of, yeah. I don't know if
Fuck,
it's a
dude, that's
cure,
so
but it'll
sick.
definitely like improve their
Yeah,
health.
yeah. Wow. Dude.
But it's funny that like it comes from Japan because like why wouldn't it, right? like
Yeah.
my question is like, you have an entire lab set up to be like, our entire lab's purpose is to prolong the life of cats.
I imagine like there's like a massive turnover where like the
Cancer?
CEO gets
Fuck it.
changed. Exactly, like the CEO gets changed with a new CEO, and they're like, okay, guys, listen, I'm the new CEO of Cancer Research Japan. We're scrapping the cancer research, okay? We're replacing that C with a different C. Cats. Welcome to Cat Research Japan, boys.
Well, I wonder
These cats
if
live
it can be
forever.
applied elsewhere, right? Because it's like specifically a vaccine that targets a specific part of like their body, right? Like specifically
their body, yeah.
kidneys. So I wonder if research from that could be applied in other things, right? Like
What do you mean? Like,
okay, so when humans get older, your like cells and stuff degrade as well.
yes.
Like, could there be a way to target parts in your body that will produce new cells faster so that you actually age slower because you're not,
Yeah. You're not like, you can like sort of recover. Oh, what's the thing? Isn't there's a thing that lizards do? They replace some form of their DNA. It doesn't get like shredded or something. So they live for like a really long time.
right? Yeah, well, there's stuff with like they were doing with like regenerative limbs, like they're because like lizards can
Yes.
get their tails pulled off and like regrow them, right? So they're,
Regrow
like,
it. Because they're basically Namekian. Yeah, it's fucking
right, yeah.
sick. Yeah.
So
yeah.
they're like,
Hell
well,
yeah.
how the fuck are they doing that? Because like it's like bone and everything, right? Like it's
Yeah.
not just
So sick.
a skin. So like, how are they
A skin
regrowing
thing, yeah.
all of it? And like, can we just regrow limbs or body parts or whatever? Right? Like, is that possible?
Who
knows?
Ah,
Interesting.
dude, I would. Do you think eventually there'll be like a time where some kind of random Japanese research facility is like, oh, we've accidentally worked out how to regrow human limbs? It's like we're putting
Oh,
in the market
100%.
next week.
Like
Dude.
I think probably within our lifetime we will see a drug or some kind of therapy that doubles our lifespan.
Oh, 100%. Like already we're seeing people living to like 90, like 100 and something years old just like by diet alone.
Routinely, yeah.
Yeah, easily. Like, so I think we're probably at least 10, 15 years out of them going, oh, we've worked out how to like stop cells degrading or something. Or like,
Right. You could be
I think,
functionally immortal.
yeah, you're functionally, you're basically your lobster. As long as you can replace your skin cells, you can basically live forever.
Right.
Like, would you take that pill
I
if you
mean,
could double your lifespan?
it depends, right? Is everyone else also immortal?
Oh, good point. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I, I guess that depends on who ends up creating the drug.
Right.
I think if Japan, maybe some places in Europe end up patenting the drug, it'll be like affordable. It'll be one of those, hey, it's a generic version. Here's like the name brand of like
Mm-hmm.
immortalism or whatever it's gonna be called. Go for it, take it, double your lifespan. Here are the rules about taking the drugs. Here are like the bad the side effects, yada yada. If America discovers it first, we're fucked.
Mm.
No one's getting this drug. It'd be like, you want this drug? That'll be a quadrillion dollars, please, dickhead. Like,
Right.
we'll never see it.
Well, it goes into like that you ever watched Altered Chrome? It was a
No,
Netflix
what is that?
series. It's like a cyberpunk Netflix series, but like basically it was like you replaced a piece of your vertebrae with like this basically like a memory storing like disc,
Mm.
and then if you slotted it into another body, it's essentially like your soul or like all your
Oh yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
we've
yeah.
reached
Oh wait,
singularity and we can put our bodies into
yes,
the thing, and then if you put it
yeah,
in
I've
another
seen this.
body, so there'd be like shit where like I think it was
So
like the
cool.
first couple of episodes where they're showing like families where like they're renting out criminals' bodies to put
Yep,
like
yep,
grandma's
yep,
fucking
yep.
soul in it so she can come home for
Seen that.
Christmas. And grandma's like this like 30-year-old tattooed, roided up dude. And it's like, all right,
Yeah,
grandma, your rental body's here for like whatever. Yeah. But like,
wasn't
it,
it? The first episode was like there was like really big, muscular, like tattooed up guy, and then the dude's like speaking like very like dainty Spanish, like,
yeah,
oh yes, I'm
yes,
so glad
exactly.
to be
That's
back for
exactly
the
what
yeah,
it
yeah,
is.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Dude,
But like
so good.
the thing about that show was like eventually people who could live forever was like the rich people that had like a fucking they had like a fucking like satellite space station where they just had like cloning beds where they just cloned like 100 of like the same body, and then every time they
Oh yeah,
died their soul got
they just
re-uploaded to a new body, and they're just
it's
like,
a new
ah, you
body,
know.
yeah. Easy as.
Yeah.
Ah,
But
dude.
like ultimately, I think like anything like that is the end goal because rich people are fucking assholes, straight up. Like,
Hold on.
but I don't know. Like, being functionally immortal is terrible if everyone else isn't immortal.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, I would hate to be basically immortal and then all of your friends and family basically die and you're just there. Like, I have no one. This is boring. This is dull. Like, I have no one to hang out with.
Right.
Imagine having to make a new group of friends every like 20, 30 years. Fuck that, dude.
There's a game called Lost Odyssey that came out on the Xbox, and the
Yeah.
whole conceit of this story, it's a JRPG, was that your main characters or your main
Mm,
character was functionally immortal. Like he couldn't die. Like nothing could kill him. He lived forever. If he
cool.
got killed, he'd come
Cool.
back alive, right? But
Okay.
he's like, no, it's a fucking curse. Like this is the worst. Like he because he just lives forever, right? So like if war
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
happens,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
I guess I gotta go fight in the fucking war because or else everything will be destroyed. Also, I
It's been
can't fucking
destroyed, yeah.
die. So
Fuck.
there's like segue, like not segue, but like side story, like written side story things. And there's like specifically one about like where he finds uh like a little girl in like a war zone and like raises
Mm.
her, and because he's immortal, he fucking outlives her, and he like has to sit there and watch her die.
Fuck, dude.
And he's like still functioning like 26 years old or whatever, right? And he's like, this is the
Yeah.
fucking worst.
Does he like not age? He doesn't age
He
either.
doesn't age either.
Yeah,
He literally cannot die, and he lives forever.
Fuck yeah.
And he's
fuck
like,
that.
this is
Yeah,
the
I'd hate that.
fucking worst.
There wasn't like I think there was in Marvel, I believe. There's a Marvel character who is he's the only character that has like true immortality. So there was this thing where, if you know about Marvel and that series and the comics, there's like these like grand powers of the universe or whatever. And at one point, one talks to him and is basically like, "Hey, you are the only thing in existence that has true immortality. You will live to see what happens at the end of time."
Oh
basically.
yeah, where he like he cannot
sick,
die, and
yeah.
he'll just live to the end of time. Yeah.
It was like you're the only being that's gonna like survive until the end of fucking
Oh,
time.
that's what this. Okay, sorry. No, I got the story a little bit wrong. He finds a girl who raises her up, and then there's a fucking epidemic, and he like just has to slowly watch her die because the epidemic doesn't affect him, so he just is like immune.
Wait, I think I've seen this. What is it called?
Lost Odyssey. It's a game. It only came out on Xbox 360.
Lost Odyssey. Wait, did I play this game? Hold
maybe
on.
I don't know.
I'm looking now. Lost Odyssey. Hold on. I feel like I've played this game or like I've watched someone play it. Yeah, I remember this. I remember this scene very well. Great game, honestly. Fuck, dude. Look what we've lost. Look at all we've lost, dude. Shit. There's something about like, because we're talking about immortality. There's something about immortality that every like sort of show that has a character who's like virtually immortal, it's always like, wow, this is great, it's really fun, I can't die, and then very quickly becomes, this is hell on earth, I hate this.
Right.
I just want to die. Like, do you think if you were immortal, you'd eventually just like long for death?
Yeah, probably.
I think I'd get bored. I think I'd just be bored.
Like eventually, you could literally do everything.
Yeah, you'd learn every language. You'd like be able to travel everywhere. Like you've seen everything. You've done everything. Yep. Like, I'd be so bored. I think I would. In your boredom, would you like try to take over the world or something, or like start setting out long 50, 100-year plans? Like, I mean, like you could or whatever.
If it's that kind of like, you know, if it's that kind of immortality where you literally cannot die and you don't age, then I mean, you could, I guess, but like you're just one guy. It's not that you have any other superpowers, right? Like you're just a dude.
Yeah.
People could like catch you and put you in a cage and just be like, "Okay, bye."
Okay, bye. Have fun there.
I'm not strong enough to break steel like bars. Like maybe eventually, if I just like bash my body against it long enough, it would eventually open wide enough that I could get out.
Wait,
but
there was about. I'm trying to find it. There was a show that was really interesting. I remember a movie I would say. The Old Guard. That's what it was called. There was a movie. Yeah, there was a movie on Netflix called The Old Guard, and it was basically like these like 4 undying warriors, and they've been like secretly protecting humanity for like years, and they're all immortal and blah blah blah. And then there's one character. There's like one of these old guards who gets like captured, or like during the like Salem trials of it, she's like captured and thrown into like the ocean or something, but she's immortal, so she's just been in the ocean for thousands of years, just like vibing, just like unable to die. And they're like searching, they can't find her, searching for her, and it's great. If you're not seeing it, I'm not gonna ruin it. It's a really good show. Like, I watched it and I was like, you know what, it's good. It's
Charlize Theron's in it.
Exactly.
There you go.
Exactly. It's fucking good. Give it a watch. It's called The Old Guard. It's one of those movies that I completely forgot I watched until just now. It's very enjoyable. Oh, hold on. I need to quickly do 5 seconds of work. Forgive me. I've got clients.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, as far as cats are concerned, longer living cats seems like a plus. I don't see any downsides to that.
Say it again.
Longer living cats seems like a plus.
Oh, plus 100%. 100% a plus, dude. Yeah. Hold on.
Especially if it's affordable. Oh,
I got great
immortal
sauce, my friend.
cats. I don't. Well, let's not get crazy. All right,
No, no,
hang
man.
on.
It's not relaxed, dude. Listen, if you have immortal cats, hold on.
Immortal cats would be a little bit too much.
Because they're gonna be living. No.
Here's why immortal cats would be too much, because cats have too many children,
Yes.
right? And that's always the
Yes.
problem with
Yes.
immortal things. Like if they have more immortal children, then it's bad. And yeah, eventually you'll die, and then your cat will move on somehow, and then it becomes a wild cat, and then eventually you just get overpopulated by cats, right?
The problem is as well, like if you have immortal cats, eventually the cats are gonna learn that they're immortal, and they're gonna be like, they're cats are really little dickheads, so they're gonna be like, oh wait, I'm the king of everything,
Mm-hmm.
and this human that was looking after me, they're dead. I'm alive still. Oh, I'm the boss. It's ancient Egypt all over again, baby. I'm taking this shit down, and then they're gonna learn to use tools and machinery to take over the fucking world. Like it's gonna be Planet of the Apes, but it's gonna be way more vindictive because cats are little shits,
Right.
basically.
I mean, like on a long enough timeline, immortal cats would just evolve into people, right?
Oh, 100%. Cool. And we've
Like
seen this
cat
happen. Skyrim.
There you go.
It happened once. It will happen again.
I mean, that's the fucking plot to Red Dwarf as well. There's a character who looks like a human, but he's a cat because his like race got stuck on the ship for millions of years and eventually just evolved into a humanoid form.
You fucking serious? Is that what it is?
Yeah, yeah, it's
Fucking
pretty funny.
brilliant.
But he still
Fucking
acts like a
brilliant.
cat because he's a cat, so it's really goofy. But yeah, like eventually that would happen.
Nah, I'd fuck with that. That's hilarious.
Yeah, there's some funny like jokes that they do about it where like he's like giving him food or whatever and he puts it on the floor and he's like, what the fuck you think I'm doing? I'm not a dog. You think I'm a barbarian? And he's like, oh, sorry, like you're a cat, so I thought you'd eat off the floor.
Yeah, I
And he
just assumed, yeah.
he puts it on the table and the guy just like rams his fucking face in the bowl and starts eating like a cat. I'm not a fucking barbarian.
I'm not a barbarian. Red Dwarf. I should watch Red Dwarf. It's really good.
It's
Holy
funny.
shit.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Fuck me, dude. Alright, boys. I'm gonna have to call it a day. I'm getting
you
a
got
ton of messages.
work stuff to do still.
I'm getting drowned by messages. So yeah, I gotta go fucking handle this fire that's been slowly burning as I do this for. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna have to go here. I'm gonna have to jump onto a little voice call with the client in a second. But guys, I'm gonna leave you. Thanks for joining in this remote cast. I'll see you next week. We'll be back in person. You're here next week, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Awesome. All right, guys. I'll see you back in person next week. Until then, stay healthy, stay safe, and I'll see you then.
Bye-bye.
Bye.